Hello everyone, I am Picken, and this is my daily video called My Journey to 40, where I talk about health-related things, as well as goal setting and motivation and all that other sort of warm and fuzzy positive stuff. All those changes, all those things that I am embracing and moving forward with. So, today, you may or may not be able to tell that I am sitting on the floor, and that is because I am stretching. So stretching is something that, sadly, I used to do more of, and I've noticed over the last little while that my flexibility is not what it used to be. You really have to be very diligent. It's been a long day, folks. You have to be diligent with stretching and focusing on doing it every day in order to see improvements. If you stop doing it, then you lose flexibility very quickly. Also, as you age, you lose flexibility if you're dehydrated, if you sit a lot. All of these sorts of things will affect your flexibility. What does that mean? Well, it not only means that you have lack of movement and mobility in your joints, which can affect just sort of your overall health, your mood, your ability to function properly. But what I also notice, especially with the issues that I have with certain joints and joint pain, is that it can lead to inflammation. So, as an example, my right knee is always an area of concern for me. Now, if my calves and hamstrings are particularly tight, and I'm not working on stretching them, and I'm not improving their flexibility, those muscles stay tight, and they keep that joint tight. And if it's tighter than it should be, any sort of movement is going to cause inflammation, and there's already inflammation in there. I will be doing a future video specifically on inflammation. I may have already mentioned that. Certain supplements that I will be using, certain foods that I'm going to be taking to focus on reducing inflammation in my body. But right now, at this point in time, something that will also reduce inflammation and will improve my overall state of health is focusing on stretching. So, I have done videos in the past, numerous videos I think, on stretching and different types of stretching. I will include links for those. But in terms of implementing healthy habits, if you can just take 5 minutes a day and focus on stretching, you will notice an improvement. If you can make a point of getting up from your desk, of stretching when you're sitting at a stoplight in your car, something that will replace idle time or a bad or poor habit. So maybe you watch TV before bed every night. What if you absolutely have to? That's your time, and I'm not going to tell you don't watch TV if that's what you want to do, but instead of sitting on the couch, why don't you sit on the floor and stretch? Why don't you roll out a yoga mat and do a few different stretches, a few different moves, so that time can be productive time as well. Also, stretching leads to relaxation. So if you're doing that before bed, even better. So that is really what I wanted to focus on today. Side note as well, this is sort of the start of the ball rolling in terms of improving my flexibility, then focusing on the joint issues for inflammation, then following that it's going to be building core strength, and then back to developing and improving cardiovascular health, because I want to get back into competitive running this year. Nothing insane. I'm not going to be doing a marathon. I do not have the time for that. I don't have the time commitment to train to run a marathon, but I do like 5 and 10K races. I like those because I'm healthy enough that I can do one of those races right now, But obviously I want to put in the proper training so I can be competitive in those races, and I can be competitive in my age bracket. And seeing as how I'm 39, a lot of those races I will be the old guy in my age bracket. I'll be competing against the 30-year-old guys. So I'd like to be able to stay competitive if I can. So I'm still in the research phase in terms of what race or races I want to do. I don't want to overload my schedule. I might only do a few races this year. Might only be 1 or 2. We will see. There's a lot going on. But even just the thought of getting into 1 or 2 races excites me, because as soon as I sign up for one of those, then my training suddenly becomes a little bit more important. So I am excited about that as well. That's it for me today. Curious of your thoughts. If you want to leave your comments below, do you stretch? Do you have tips for how you work stretching into your routine? And are you a runner, or are you doing some sort of competitive race this year? And if so, which one? Comments down below. Thank you for watching my journey to 40, and I will see you all tomorrow.